So yesterday I posed a question in a video explaining does a difference exist between remote and in-person groups? And I posted on Instagram and Facebook. And some of the comments on Facebook were saying, some of them, most agreed, but some were saying, we have to focus on social emotional skills, make sure our kids are good. And I hear that, right? So social and emotional learning, for those who don't know, is a process through which children and adults acquire and effectively apply the knowledge, attitudes, and skills necessary to understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain positive relationships, and make responsible decisions, right? With that being said, we also have to hold students accountable for submitting work, turning in assignments, and we have to teach. We still got a job to do. So, an example of that, a couple days ago, a student told me, they're going through something, family-wise, and because they wasn't able to, I noticed that they didn't turn up to the last two classes, so I called the parents and, introduced myself, nothing negative, right? And because I did that, I was able to get in contact with the student, and, we spoke, and I said, you know what, here's what I'll do for you, right? I'm not gonna hold you accountable for the lesson if you don't turn it on time, because I know you're going to do something, so I'll hold that off until you submit it, and I'll grade it as is. But what you can also do, if you cannot make it to class, I have a 2 p.m. to 2:20 window where I'll give you a link where we could go over the work at that time, those 20 minutes. I also sent her YouTube links to help her. Okay, let's say slide 5 in the lesson went over this, I'm gonna send you a YouTube video for that. Let's say slide 6 went over this, I'm gonna send you a YouTube video for that. On top of me meeting with you 2 to 2:20. But that student actually came to class that day, so I was able to make a different group or make a different link to teach her privately while other students were taking an assessment, right? Meeting them halfway, understanding what they're going through, and say, okay, this is what I can do for you. Another student said they had internet issues, right? They had trouble logging in Google. So I said, you know what, you got WhatsApp, hit me on WhatsApp. If you can't do that, you can just write the assignment on paper. Here's my number, take a picture to me, I'll upload it to your assignment and give you a grade for that, right? Meeting them halfway. Also, making comments on, commenting under their Google Classroom assignments, right? That way some students also reply back, and that's when I'm able to keep rapport with them and keep contact with them. Oh, I'm struggling on this, okay, you haven't been in class yet, here's the link to the class, come this time, I can help you. Here's my number, here's my social media, reach out to me anytime. Well, not anytime, but you get what I'm saying. We could work this out, right? So I'm every class in the morning, how you doing? What's going on? At the end of class, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Just staying positive, trying to meet them at their needs. It's also hard to have social emotional learning and build relationships with students with remote learning because I don't require students to have their camera on because I know limited situations or the hair might not be done, they may not be feeling their best, so they don't want to have the camera on, and I get it. As long as you come to class and you're participating, fine. So out of 10 kids, 3 may verbally respond, 4 may respond in the chat to answer a question, and if the 3 just may be in the back. But I don't even know how some of my students look at because they haven't turned on their camera. So it's kind of hard to really build relationships with those type of students, on remote learning because you don't see them, you don't feel them, you don't hear them. Thank God for the in-blended learnings because even when some of the students came after they were working remote, I'm like, oh wait, that's you? Because I never seen you before. It's the first time I'm seeing you. So I'm using the advantage of having in-person learning, blended learning, to actually get to build a relationship with these students. So when they go back, days they're working remote, I can have a better rapport and they maybe be able to participate more in class. This is not easy. It's easier said than done right now. Social emotional learning has to be done, but it's not easy. And because a lot of teachers think because the students like them, they're gonna do their work. No, you have to teach. The student has to respect you because when they respect you, they don't want to disappoint you. They're gonna go above and beyond, to show their appreciation for the investment you put into them. Being liked and being respected are 2 different things, and teachers need to understand that. I'd rather be respected than liked because when you're a teacher that holds kids to high standards, you're not gonna be liked, especially when they're not used to that standard, right? So yes, also you can have high standards, but also, include social emotional learning and checking with students. It's a hard balance. It's a hard balance. It's not easy. It can be done, but being liked is not going to get the job done where students are going to turn your work in. It doesn't mean if they like you, they're going to do your work. Respect. Respect is everything. They may not like you in the moment, but as time goes on, respect comes. Respect takes longer than being liked. You know, I shoot for being respected over liked. You know, I also show my students respect. I don't. If I respect my students, I don't expect them to respect me. I show respect, so I respect students that are shown respect. They'll give respect back in most cases. I know I went on a lot. Comment below, tell me what you think. Give me an honest opinion. Let me know if I'm wrong on certain points, and you can correct me in the comments, and we can just talk about it. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you guys Monday. Damn.